Welcome to Juggernaut Hottakes. I am Mark Brunel with co-host
Jane Stangalini.
And in this podcast, this is the first episode of our podcast, and we're going to be going through a variety of sports, mostly baseball when it's on, and basketball and football. We're not really hockey. If you guys love hockey, tune off, I'm sorry. But, so this week, it's around playoff time. It's almost, not quite, it's almost All-Star break, so we're going to be going over that. So, to start off, we're going with our AFC prediction, Chiefs versus Bengals. What do you think?
So, first off, I just want to start off by saying that at this time, especially in the AFC and NFC championships, this is where the good players are going to start to separate from the great players, or the other way around, good, okay, bad, kind of all that stuff. We've seen Mahomes do it before, so I'm going to have the Chiefs winning this one. I saw a post of Patrick Mahomes and his ankle surgery. There's just a dog right there, because he's just got that dog in him.
Dog. So, although Mahomes got that dog in him, I gotta disagree. I think it's the Chiefs. Fuck. I think it's the Bengals who's gonna come up with this one. I think just Burrow, he's just gonna overpower. He's got 3 great wide receivers. They're just gonna overpower the Chiefs defense. I think Burrow's gonna come out with it again. The Chiefs have struggled against Bengals all the way from last year. I think it's going to be a similar repeat of last year. I think the Bengals are going to get it done and again make their way to their second straight Super Bowl.
I think I can see where you're coming from. The Chiefs have definitely had a lot of losses. With Tyreek Hill this last offseason. This year, Travis Kelce's been playing really well, but especially with that, it is very well known he's their first option. Mm-hmm. The defense is going to be on him like white on rice.
Yep.
All right, you want to move on to the NFC?
Yeah, what do you guys can tell us in the comments what you think. I don't know if there'll be any, but you can tell us. So NFC, it's the Phillies versus the 49ers. Who do you have taking this one?
I'm sorry for all the Brock Purdy fans out there, but I think Mr. Irrelevant is probably going to go out this week. Oh my God, that was so corny.
That was very corny.
But I don't think Brock Purdy's going to win against the Phillies. I don't think he's ready for it just yet.
I gotta disagree with you once again. I think Super Bowl it's gonna be 49ers Bengals. I think although Brock Purdy's new, he's inexperienced, the rest of the team mostly has been in this playoff type stage. I think the rest of the offense and the defense combined is just better than Philly altogether. I think Hurts is gonna be explosive. I think he's gonna have a great game. And although Purdy might not have the best game, he's a rookie, obviously. He might not have the best game. I think his team can make up for his mistakes.
Yeah. Going back to the Phillies, the Eagles, they have a great defense, which is...
Did I say the Phillies as well? I said the Phillies. I meant the Eagles.
The Eagles have the Eagles have a great defense. Same thing with the 49ers, but I can see where you're coming from, where they have McCaffrey. They have Deebo Samuel.
I said the Phillies.
And they have George Kittle. And then but the thing is,
the Eagles. We're good at this, guys. We're experienced at this.
The 49ers are going. Generally speaking, okay. If you don't have a good captain to your ship, it is generally going to sink. I'm not saying that Brock Purdy's not a good captain, but he's just an inexperienced captain. So generally speaking, if you're going on a boat and you're trying to steer it on track, more likely than not, if it's your first time, you're probably going to capsize.
I just disagree with you there. I think all of the weapons around Purdy just make up for Purdy being Purdy. I think although he's a rookie, I think they can get it done. You've seen the 49ers been successful with Jimmy Garoppolo in the past. They haven't really gone this far, but they've been successful with Jimmy Garoppolo. He's not great. He's decent. He's serviceable, but so is Purdy. So I think they can get it done once again this week. We're also going with a recap of the NBA this week. Just going over games, although the site can't be reached.
Oh.
the site can't be reached because he's on a school Chromebook. So I'm going to have to pull up the phone on this one.
Well, this is just off to a great start.
Yeah, okay, we can skip this one. We can get it ready. you've had your fantasy report. You've been working on that. Who do you think has been a surprise in fantasy
So
this past couple weeks?
I just want to start off with, for all the Jalen Green owners out there, how sorry
me.
I am.
That's me.
No, he's not been bad, generally speaking, but it's either he puts up -7 or 60 for the past 2 weeks, or 20 when he shoots 2 for 15. Actually, that doesn't make sense. But he'll either shoot 2 for 15 and get -7, or shoot like 7 for 20 and get 20 points.
Yeah, he started off strong. It's been a rough stretch here. It's just I had him. I think there's more upside, and I think this is one of the takes. I think there's more upside in Oladipo. He's not many fantasy owners have him. He's only like 30% owned. But right now, Jalen Green has just been off on a rough stretch. I think Oladipo, he can get it done if he stays healthy.
Yeah, I'm probably going to disagree with the Oladipo and Jalen Green comparison, just because the main reason why I drafted Jalen Green personally is because we saw him as a number 1 person on a team that's not very good, but with a lot of upside. And I was kind of thinking, if you're going to be shooting 20 shots a game and you're inexperienced, you got a lot of upside to try to improve that. Same thing with a guy like Keldon Johnson, who I also drafted. He's had games like 11 for 26. I'm happy that he's shooting 26 shots.
That's true.
But 11 makes, that's not bad. But there's also games where he's shooting 5 for 21. I'm just sitting there like, just sitting there kind of in pain. I mean, if I was in the NBA, I wouldn't do any better.
Really?
I'd have negative points in the NBA,
really?
Probably.
So, what you said about Jalen Green's true. He does have a lot of upside, but it's not like he hasn't had some. He's been abysmal. His percentages, except free throw, his percentages have been abysmal.
Even his free throw percentage hasn't been the greatest.
It's just he's not really showing that upside. He showed upside at the beginning of the year. He was more consistent.
And last year.
And last year, obviously, but it's just not been his month. It's just. His shooting has just gotten worse and worse. I know if you take a lot of shots a game, it's not going to fall as frequently, but it's just, it hasn't had any sign of improvement. We just got to see how he does more in the future.
Yeah, but not everything's bad about Jalen Green. He's had a career, broke his career high twice.
That's true.
And that on good efficiency, like 14 for 21 twice, that's very good.
That's true.
Especially for his standards. But the thing is, if Jalen Green and Victor Oladipo, if you're going to compare the two, Oladipo's had that experience at playing at an all-star level, even though he's been struggling with injuries. But I think in Oladipo's case, he's probably just going to do what's best for his team, probably take a backseat to Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, Kyle Lowry, Bam, let them all go to work, and just do whatever he's needed on defense.
Yes! Yes! Okay, as you can tell with that, there's gonna be no cuts. We're just going one take. Most NBA stations, they just do one take. We are currently 8 minutes of our 20 in, 15, 20. We're gonna see how it goes. We still got a lot to cover, especially our first hot take.
Oh, yeah.
So here at Juggernaut Hottakes,
that name might change.
It probably will. We're gonna, obviously our name is Hot Takes. So what do you think of this one? Luka right now is better than, statistically wise, right now he's better than Prime Kobe.
I think statistically wise, Prime Luka, when you just look at raw numbers, Luka right now is better than Prime Kobe statistically. But in terms of impact, Prime Kobe's better than Luka right now just because we've seen him already, especially in his prime, where he's just impacted so many people in so many different ways, good and bad. But, yeah.
That being said, Luka is doing well right now. They are currently, for some reason, has the Atlanta Hawks up. That's the team that drafted him, but that's not his team. They are currently.
So there's their 6. They've fallen off a little bit in the past week.
They're 6. They're 26-24. However, without him, they're what, 0-6?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
but
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure they're 0-6 without him.
It is,
You can fact check me on that later, but they were 20. That means they're 26-18 without him. That would be right
with
now.
him.
Yeah, with him. Sorry. Right now, that would be around third in their conference, in the Western Conference. So his impact right now they're 6. So his impact has still been a great thing. He's still been able to. Obviously, I'm not trying to dwell on Kobe's impact, but
Yeah.
he made it to the Western Conference Championship last year. That team stunk. They had Jalen Brunson, and even without Jalen Brunson, his team has had more than a winning record this year. And who they have? Christian Wood. You're telling me if you put me Christian Wood on the Celtics or a contending team, or like a worthy team, he's not. He's the 4th option.
They have Dorian Finney-Smith.
Oh man, exactly.
The Mavericks also lost Jalen Brunson. That's a big loss.
Yeah, but they're still doing well. Like, they're still making it. They're 6th in the conference. That's playoffs right now. They'll be 3rd, 4th if he played every game. He's not superhuman. He's not gonna play every game. But they've just been. He's had that impact.
He's got that dog in him.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Shame. Shame. Okay, so maybe now we can dwell on. Fuck, dude. Maybe now we can talk about the recap of the NBA. So we have 4 minutes to talk about this, maybe 15-minute session. So what are your thoughts on the Grizzlies as of late? They're 5-5 in their last 10 games.
Well, Jaren Jackson has been very consistent defensively.
Yeah.
And especially coming off of I forget what his injury was, but I know he was out for a long time with it.
Mm-hmm.
And not only just NBA-wise and defensive-wise, but fantasy-wise, he's been doing good in really just every aspect. Ja Morant's been playing exactly how I think I expected him to play. Pretty close to around 30 points a game. Around, I think 6 assists or 8 assists. And then the only thing is, again, going back to fantasy, Dylan Brooks has not been great.
He hasn't been great in general. He's just... Their supporting cast isn't that good. Ja put up, 40 last night? He lost.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Desmond Bane.
No, he put up a 30-point triple-double. That's what it was.
Yeah. They have Desmond Bane, who at the beginning of the season, he was showing a lot of upside until he got hurt. Came back, still was playing decent, but not to that level that he was at the beginning of the year when he was putting up 25.
And I think that was a big loss for them. He was consistent 25 points now. They're just not getting it done.
Well, he's back now. And it seems like the Grizzlies, even without him, are still doing good. And then without Ja Morant last year, the Grizzlies actually went 20-1. That's one of the random facts that I've just seen that I just remember somehow. But Ja Morant went 20. The Grizzlies went 20-1 without Ja Morant, which shows you their supporting cast can do it without him.
Yeah,
it's just a matter of can they be consistent again this year if they do it without a guy like Ja Morant.
What about the Pelicans? Do you think they're pretenders? They started off, they were 3rd in their conference. They were the 3 seed. Now they're 2-8 their last 10 games. They're 26-23. It's competitive. You look at it, it's 27-20, 26-23, 27-24, 26-24, 25-24. It's competitive. Do you think they can get it done with this competitive conference?
So I know that injury with Zion just completely threw them off a cliff. Especially losing your star player, it really, if you lose your number 1 player, it really tells a lot about the supporting cast with not just their skill, but with their chemistry and how they operate as a team. And yes, you can factor in stuff like schedule and other injuries that might happen to other people, but it can really tell a lot about supporting cast. Are they ready to take that next step when it comes playoff time? If they can do it right now.
Do you think they are?
Well, they have Brandon Ingram, who hasn't had much playoff exposure.
That's true.
Jonas Valanciunas is decent, and I think he's been playing really well ever since Zion got hurt. Especially since he played well last year, he's keeping it up this year. When Zion's been hurt, so he's been doing his part. They've also had some losses, like I think they lost Josh Hart last offseason, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, they lost Josh Hart last offseason, which, I mean, it's not like losing your star player, but it's still a pretty significant
Yeah, a
loss.
rotational guy, spark plug right there.
Yeah, but the Pelicans do have other people like Herbert Jones and Jose Alvarado. They have good defense off the bench.
Yeah. But it's just if their bench can outscore, their defense isn't a factor if it's their bench can outscore. You're a Warriors fan.
Yeah.
They're 25-24, 5-5 of late, par for the course. They're the 7th seed. What are your thoughts about them recently?
Well, their team chemistry is, of course, ever since the beginning of the season, it's just been very iffy. It's been iffy at best, especially with that pool Draymond thing that everyone has probably heard about a half a month ago. Not a half a month ago. At the beginning of the season.
Half a month ago.
But Steph Curry hitting that half court at the buzzer. That against the Celtics. You're a Celtics fan.
Okay.
And
who won that game?
God damn it.
Who won that game? So
Did he get a high five from Jordan Poole though?
okay. That being said, to segue into that with the Celtics, they've been great. 35-15, 7-3 as of late. Their losses have been to poor teams, which I don't like.
The Magic.
The Magic. He
The thing
isn't
is,
bad, but like
they've also not had Tatum in their defense.
true, but
Or Robert.
but what I'm worried about,
Or was it Grant Williams? Or both?
what I'm worried about as of late is there's a stat Tatum has like beat all the MVP candidates. That's not what I'm worried about. What I'm worried about is that stat in general. He's beat all the MVP candidates, yes. But I've been watching all the games. I don't have the stats on the top of my head, but if you look at most of those games, Brown has been the one getting it done. And Brown is great. He's the best second option in the league, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say he's the best second option in the league. And I'm not mad that Brown's doing that. He's been great. I would argue he's the best.
Or actually, wait, no.
Shooting
I would say AD is probably the second best option
When he's healthy. But
then you have guys like Paul George, who this year, Jaylen Brown's probably taken that step over at this point.
yeah, but I would argue he's the best shooting guard in the league. That's a hot take.
Yeah.
That's over Donovan Mitchell and
James Harden
and Devin Booker, I would say. He's been playing shooting guard.
But Booker hasn't been amazing. He was off to a great start.
Yeah.
And he's kind of cool. By cooling off, I mean he's putting up a cool 25 points. Yeah, that's not that good, is it?
No.
No, we're kidding.
Yeah. But getting back to point, you need Tatum to show up in those big games. We've been winning. Oh my voice crack. We've been winning those big games, but we haven't. One take, folks. We've been winning those. We've been winning those big games, but we need Tatum to do well. His field goal percentage in those big games has been dwelling.
I mean, it's not like he's shooting around the same amount of shots as Keldon Johnson, Jalen Green, as I said earlier. They're both shooting around 37%. At least then he's not doing that. If he was doing that, or Jaylen Brown is doing that, especially at that magnitude, you can see how that starts to take a toll on some good teams.
Yeah,
That's
and
probably going back to prime Kobe from earlier. It's probably it's one of the main reasons. Never mind. Forget what I said there. His efficiency wasn't the worst at no. This is what I was gonna say.
Where are you going with this shit?
If you were shooting 37% and you were taking as many shots as prime Kobe, you can probably see how big of a toll that would take on a team. Especially if the player isn't the greatest. If you take a random person from the street, probably gonna shoot 0 or 1 for 26.
Okay. Where are you going with this shit?
No, my point is, if you're not shooting efficiently and you're shooting 26 shots, it's going to have a big toll on a team.
Yeah,
and it's Tatum hasn't been shooting 7 for 26 or 5 for 26.
What I also think is taking a toll is I'm not hating on Tatum. I love Tatum. Without Tatum, we would not be good. But we're 35-15, great record. I'm not complaining about that. First in the NBA.
Probably one of the best defenses in the league too.
Yeah, first in the NBA. But you look, 31-16 76ers, 32-17. It's competitive. We can't lose to the Orlando Magic when Tatum has 7 turnovers and 3 in the last 6 minutes.
Yeah.
We can't have that happening.
Wait, wasn't he injured when they played the Magic?
No, was he?
I'm pretty sure he was injured.
And who was the team that he went up?
That was a different game. I remember Tatum was injured against.
Wait, I forget what I said. What was the game that we just lost recently? That he had 7. Hold on. Forget what I said. It was. Look at past games.
Well, we got some. Well, on this channel, we're gonna be showing some of our ball knowledge every Saturday.
Oh yeah.
You get to see us.
Was it?
Really get to get that out.
See, what the hell? Where was this fucking loss? Past game. I can't find
They
it.
were on a 10-game win streak this past week.
No, we weren't. We were 7-3 in the last 10 games.
Wait.
Where? Okay.
Wait, were you looking at the right team? Wait.
Yeah. So, yeah, Magic, right?
Oh wait, they played another one against the Magic. I was thinking about the earlier.
I was right. I told you. He did really well scoring the ball. He had 7 turnovers. I told you.
Oh wait, no, I was thinking about a different.
I told him. I told you. I was right. He had 7 turnovers, 3 late.
Wait, no, I'm tripping. Oh my god.
No, we know. We just spent 3 minutes. Anyway, guys, tune in if you want to see us develop from this to whatever it might become. Because this wasn't the best, but tune in next week, please. We need at least 10 viewers.